I stopped working, stopped posting. I took a 30-day leave, packed my bags, and just left. I went on a family trip to Italy. It was an unforgettable opportunity. Not just a long trip, but a special memory for me and my father. There are many busy moments in life. To be with my family, that's something really precious. Especially on a long trip like this. Maybe we won't get another chance like this again in our lifetime. Which is why I cherish every moment on this trip. I strongly believe every time you travel is one less traveled. It sounds a little sad, but it's also true. But from the moment you meet anyone, the clock starts counting down. As you get older, with increased responsibility and less time with your family. And while I'm still unmarried, while my parents are still healthy, I want to spend as much time as possible with them. Our generation, we're busy hustling, in pursuit of success. But when is it enough? Money can be made, but time will never go back. But I have a way to slow down time. Good thing I bought the iPhone 16 Pro this time. It was my main camera for this trip. Because it supports 4K 120fps shooting, I was able to shoot in slow motion. It helped me record a lot of beautiful moments. Like when we were on the boat in Venice. Slow motion footage really helped capture the water waves. That feeling of warmth and peace, it's perfect for slow motion. Slow motion shots aren't just good for detail, but it brings out the emotions of that moment. It helps me to reflect back on the experience of my phone. This type of shot is really impressive from a phone this size. 4K 120fps also supports ProRes log shooting. This allows for a more flexible post-production and color grading. I will be doing an iPhone post-production breakdown as well as color grading in my next tutorial. So if you're interested, consider subscribing. Traveling isn't just about sightseeing, but it deepens our relationships. Along the way, we laugh, we talk, and of course there are times when things don't go smoothly and we argue. But it's moments like this, you better get it on tape and have proof, so you know exactly who's at fault. Luckily for me, this time the iPhone 16 has audio mix feature. You can clearly retain or remove all the ambient noise with a click of a button. 听说你丢了一个手机。
丢手机很正常，一般这个司机们都会向服务中心报告，说我捡了一个手机。
This feature is just so convenient, and in moments like this, the laughter, the arguments, it makes this trip so precious. Oh, by the way, all the voices you're listening to right now are recorded on the iPhone. I sometimes get the feeling the meaning of life is not how much you have, but how much you experience. How much do you cherish? If you're always busy and neglect your family, loved ones, and friends, you are going to regret it. Memories are our most valuable wealth in the future. Keep a record of your travel, not just for now, but a reminder to your future self. Don't ignore the people and the things around you. And through travel, we get to know each other better, whether or not we could have a stable relationship. And do you know what else is more stable than my relationship with my dad? Well, it will be the iPhone 16 Pro. What you see right now are all handheld videos shot without post-processing. This is a screen recording of a handheld walking shot, and here is the end result. In fact, handheld shots often brings out a more natural shot that resembles closer to life. It makes you feel you're there. Filmmakers like to shoot handheld because it adds realism to the shot and draws emotional tension. To be honest, my father and I always had a tricky relationship. Emotionally speaking, we're not that close. But parents of my generation are always hustling to make a living, and as a result, the time you spend with them are very limited.
只是温度射大雕，无限风光在前方。
As you get older, you try to communicate, but you still feel distant. You're very careful on what you say, not because you're afraid to speak, but because you don't know how to express your feelings with him. And as my father grew older, I realized that he was actually trying to communicate with me, to get closer to me. But there was always something a little unnatural about this approach. But I'm starting to understand, traveling, though, is not a complete solution to these problems, it is a good start. It helps to break the ice and build a relationship. Because of travel, it takes us away from the stresses and the framework of everyday life.
这个也是一个肉酱，肉酱
哎呦哎呦哎呦！
哎呀，
怎么样？
你要说句意大利话。
我弄干净话。
You'll have more time to experience new things, share feelings and experiences. That helps draw relationships closer than just by talking. When we're lost during our travels, or when we had trouble communicating with the locals, we will start a natural conversation about the topics you wouldn't normally talk about every day. It's a good feeling, but there's always another way to get closer to someone. And that's with the iPhone 16's 5-time telephoto lens. Whether you're in a crowd and want to catch distant details, or you just can't afford the front row seat of a concert and you want to get closer to your idol, the iPhone telephoto lens is not only sharp and detailed, but very stable. Through my travels this time, all telephoto shots are handheld. Quite stable, if you ask me. Throughout the trip, I think I've closed the distance between my father and I. And partially I think it's because things like this video, it builds a bridge that gives us memories and experience to talk about. Maybe next time when I look back at these videos, we can still recall this trip, talk about what happened, and maybe we would smile and realize we've experienced so much together. If right now you're hustling towards your goals, I just want to remind you that work is important, but don't forget to stop and take in the view. Ask those around you if they need your company. Maybe all it takes is a quick time together, a quick bite or a phone call to make each other feel more appreciated and connected. Don't wait until next time or when I have time, because next time may not have a next time. Hug the ones around you now and create memories together. Life is not about how fast you travel, it's how far you travel. I hope one day in the future, I can look back on these videos, smile to myself and say, good thing I bought an iPhone 16 Pro. I hope one day I can look back on these videos and say, I didn't miss out on being with the most important people.
听说你丢了一个手机，告诉我你是不是丢了一个手机？是。